Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to Red Square, the very center of Moscow. And today, being that it's the 1st of December and the first day of winter, I thought I'd show you around a very famous shop that's right behind me and have a look at some of the New Year decorations that are on display and just take in some of the atmosphere of winter here in Moscow. The one thing that is missing from Red Square is snow. And being that we're in the first days of winter, generally there's snow on the ground by now, and there'll be snow falling gently on us. However, there's not a snowflake in sight. The New Year market here isn't quite open yet and not ready. They will actually have an ice skating rink there as well. However, the lights of GUM are shining very brightly and it looks beautiful in this early evening time. There is quite a lot of people around. I think coming to do the same thing I am, to walk around the center of Moscow. The very famous Nikolskaya Street right in front of us. Very well known walking street in the center of Moscow. And the fairy lights. And you can see a little bit of the Kremlin off behind the markets there. But what we want to go and see is inside the shopping center. They have a very well-known Christmas tree decorating competition amongst all of the retailers in the shopping center. And we want to go see some of these trees and how beautiful they are. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, I'm an Australian who lives here in Moscow, and I create videos about normal life here in Moscow and very typical things that everybody does year round. And throughout the month of December, I'll be showing you some of the different New Year events that they host here in the city. And once some more snow falls, then it's really going to get even more beautiful. Walking on inside, what I really want to show you in this video is the decorations and just how this shopping center changes as we head into New Year, and all of the beautiful Christmas trees that they have on display. This shopping center is rather famous for its ice cream, and there isn't too many people in line today. If you come on the weekend, people are lining up down the whole line here. Now each tree, as I'm going to show them to you, will have some kind of branding on the bottom, and the branding is actually the different stores here in GUM. And they have a little bit of a rivalry about who can create the most beautiful tree. Now they are given the same size and everybody's tree is equal. However, what they decorate it with and what they put on it is totally up to them. Of course, a lot of times it's designed around their branding and their company colors. Quite a lot of these shops are literally nearby or on the upper level. Such beautiful ornaments at the same time. And the one thing to note when you're seeing these Christmas trees is you can come here in about a month's time or towards the end of January, and these all look exactly the same. You can see trees the whole way down. We're just going to walk around and take in the atmosphere and have a look at the trees. Now, some of these actual decorations are all handmade and they're hand painted and just amazing. The thing, what everybody would have in their mind if you're not from Russia, is give this a few days and half of the ornaments would be gone. However, here in Russia, people appreciate the art that goes into making these trees, and people don't even want to touch them. They just want to admire them for what they are. You can actually see here one of the shops, and then it's got the actual tree right outside their door. And whatever their different decorations are, this looks like patterns and cutouts for the clothing. You have to be a little bit creative and open-minded to what they all represent. But if we can do one nice walk around, I think it should get us all in the New Year mood, I think. The very well-known Russian appliance company. And they've got these solid bows. You would think they would have like toasters hanging off the tree or some kind of a kitchen appliance, but they don't. It's another one here with very nice ornaments and just amazing. And everybody is doing the same thing I am the whole way down. We're all posing for photos and making videos. These pillows, it looks like, and the stars at the top as well. So there's 3 lines in this shopping center, and these were actually trading halls originally. And then what they did was they connected them by putting these very large glass dome roofs on top, and then it became an enclosed shopping center. All the pearls and jewelry on this one. It's more than likely maybe one of the jewelry stores. I don't know every shop in this shopping center. They're just all unique and all different, and all the different trees have some kind of uniqueness to them, depending on who's designed it and what they've done. This one actually has some plates, and they've got this snake for the year of the snake as well. They look like the saucers that you would put your teacup on. Have a look at how many trees there are going all the way down to the end. It's really interesting because quite a few of the trees in here are also company branded trees. And this one is designed around the Russian railway. And they've got actual rail cars on there and different symbols from the different train stations. They've even got the high-vis vest on it as well. And it's just so interesting that every tree is just that little bit different. This is actually the perfume store that's in the mall. And there is actually also some little shops that they've set up at the same time. And then we'll eventually get back to the center where we'll see the very big Christmas tree eventually. This one here with ballerinas on there. And some pillows with musical instruments. And everybody wants the photo. One more. This one's got the extra baubles on the side. And have a look. Made in Italy, but more than likely made somewhere here in Moscow. There's one here for a Chinese car manufacturer, and it's got its own box at the bottom with the car and the buildings and this different color, which I think is their company colors. I think in a strange way, it's very interesting that the shopping center has chosen to use branding around the trees. And in another way, it's free advertising for the companies, and then the different companies have to provide the trees, or at least all the decorations on them. This one is very beautiful. This is a coffee shop, and we got cakes on there. Wow. And people come every year just to see the trees and just to try to pick their favorite one and whatever their thoughts are on it. There's a few more on this line. I think this might be a jewelry store again. And these ornaments are not cheap, simple ones that they've set up. Some of them are quite elaborate. This is actually the people that are part of the shopping center. You'll actually see the watch store behind, which is a multi-brand store, and then it's by Bosco, which is the company that has quite a lot of the shops in here. Walk a little bit quicker past these. I think this is a men's clothing store, if I'm not mistaken. Nobody wanting ice cream from this stand. And people, just like myself, come here to admire this building and what they've done. Now, they actually do different decorations year round, and you can come seasonally to take in the displays, which a lot of people do. There is actually shoppers here as well, hidden in between all of us that have come just to make photos and videos. Do you think these Christmas baubles are a little bit too big? They've really gone to the extreme on this tree. It's like it's kind of oversized on purpose, how large they are. Huh? Maybe that was the intention. The extreme of what's possible. Now, I hope you're enjoying this video. It's something that I come and do once a year. I'll probably end up coming more than once, perhaps with some friends or my wife, and not have the camera switched on. So it's just interesting to come today, being that it's the first day of winter, but yet there's no snow outside. But we can come inside the shopping mall here and just get that little bit of a holiday feel. And all of these little shops with the ornaments. It's really very festive. And going up to these upper levels as well, they literally decorate the entire building. One of the things that you may note from a lot of my videos is I call them Russian typical. And this is really a Moscow typical shopping center. If I was to walk a few more blocks from here, there's other luxury shopping centers like this, and have got that very similar feel to them and theme. However, this one in Red Square is by far the most famous and attracts everybody from all over Russia to come and see this place. And then the odd tourist is dotted in between as well. This shopping center also has a very famous supermarket inside as well. I won't be going in there for this video, but they do like to decorate their windows and show some of the different folk art that they create in Russia. And just beautiful, some of these. Fairly sure you can actually buy these at the same time. And then the different ornaments, and then the trees continue. This one actually has the ice creams on it right there, and the different candies. And these are all handmade ornaments They're definitely not the made in China ones that we think they are. This is a tree for the local pharmacy. And another one for the shopping center. This is actually for the cinema upstairs. There is a cinema up on the 3rd level. More very intricate ornaments on the different trees. German company as well. I wonder how many people know this brand of porcelain and ceramic figurines. They've actually got a few of their holiday scenes in the window. There's actually a snake there. I wonder if that's a one-off item for this year. We've got some absolutely stunning pieces in this shop. Probably not quite the normal selection of them, but just beautiful. The supermarket does have a cafe here on the side where you can sit and have coffee and champagne. I've never personally sat there like everybody is. However, when I come here, I go up on the 3rd level in the corner, and they've got the normal shoppers cafe. This is something more down my alley. There's one here for the local cola company. This is actually not too far from where I live, the factory that produces this. I am trying to go on a tour of this factory, and I'm messaging and emailing them multiple times to try to get myself an invite if it would possibly happen. Just take in the beauty of this mall. Here's another one for the supermarket. I'm not too sure if this is a brand of chicken. Possibly. They've made their own Christmas ornaments though. You could literally spend a few hours in here walking around and enjoying each individual tree and looking at them up close. Looks like they've got individual photos here. I'm not too sure what they're doing. Looks like they're definitely doing some kind of decorating. They're literally dotted all over the place. And each one just seems to be more beautiful than the next. And the theme of them and the different ornaments. This is the only flashing one that I've seen throughout the whole center. It definitely seems to be quite an effort that people put into doing these, and the different theme of the tree and trying to do something unique from the next tree. I think nobody knows what's going to be put on display until the last few days leading up to December. And then when they get displayed, there's a hope that nobody's copying each other. This is quite interesting. This is the local administration, and it's an office where you can get all of your documents and paperwork for where you live or for life. I'm not too sure in Australia. I don't think our local council would sponsor a tree like this. This is definitely very GUM-like with the ice creams. And if you were to get one of these at the stands, they're only $1.50. And the price has not changed a lot in the last lot of years. And that's the whole idea. They keep it reasonably priced. And then, no matter who you are walking in here, you can afford to have an ice cream. This one's decorated by the newspaper company. They've gone away from the tree look, and they've gone with paper and different material that they've wrapped around it. Is this a handbag company? Looks like they've got music discs on there though. And then I've shown this in a couple of videos before. Brooks, England is actually a bike manufacturer, and they've got a bike shop in here, or at least a display with them. And they've got ornaments representing bike riders. As you walk around GUM, they play very classic Russian songs on the PA, and you can quite often see people singing along to them. And it's just so nice that they're not using just normal radio station music, and they're really trying to set a mood for this place when you come in here. As we walk towards the central part of the mall, there is quite a few more small shops, and they've got all sorts of different decorations with different themes, different colors. The year of the snake, he is everywhere now when I start looking around, and everybody coming to find a new decoration. And then the centerpiece here, this very large tree that goes up about 3 stories, and the decorations surrounding it. And then they have these different decoration stands. Now, depending on when I come in here, it's either absolutely crowded or there's absolutely nobody. And it's so hard to find the right time to come and walk around. But they have some absolutely beautiful ornaments. And GUM is very well known for this. People will come here specifically to find certain ornaments and something new for the tree. There's also some different fluffy toys there. I'm not sure what the swans represent. However, just beautiful. It really is interesting seeing everybody as I walk around, and everybody admiring the different ornaments and different displays they have. Now, I will admit a lot of these aren't cheap. However, they're handmade, hand-painted, and they're generally not plastic, they're glass. And some of the different ornaments have a lot of work that goes into them. They're not the simple made in China versions. When you look at them a little bit closer, what they represent or what they are, and the different themes that they've created around them. I want to show you the ship right here. And there's an aeroplane as well. Just amazing. There really is quite a lot of people that have come out for this. I think maybe, like myself, they thought perhaps the New Year markets were open already, but they seem to be just a little bit delayed with their opening time. I think they're really waiting for snow to fall to make it feel just that much more authentic. I think there's nothing better than to walk in Red Square when the snow is falling and it's cold. Everybody is rugged up. Let's have a look at this tree one more time. And this roof as well. I think for a lot of people who would come in here for the first time, or if they're holidaying in Moscow from another city or around the world, people forget that GUM is actually a 3-story building, and there's shops on the 2nd and 3rd level as well. And I think a lot of people miss that because everybody stays on this lower level and takes in the shops, the decorations, the ice cream, and forget to even go up these stairs on the side and enjoy the rest of the shopping mall. I didn't want this video to be too long. I know it's very easy to get caught up in walking around this place and wanting to show everything that you see. And the whole idea is over the next few weeks I'll come and do some more videos in the center of Moscow. This tree actually has chandeliers on it, which is really super interesting. It's really hard to decide which was my favorite as I've walked around. And these are just the small indoor trees. And then wait for some of the future videos where I'll go for a walk around the center of Moscow and show you some of the main holiday decorations that they've set up for the whole city. As I walk out of the shopping center and we leave the Christmas trees or New Year trees behind, let me know what you actually call them. I think depending on where you live in the world, they all have a slightly different name, and because of the different seasons as well. I've got my hat on now. I'm going to put my gloves on shortly as well. It is a little bit cold today, so especially if you want to walk around in the streets here. I hope you've enjoyed this particular video. There will be more to come very soon. So if you haven't subscribed, good time to press the button. If you want, you can give it a thumbs up as well. That'll be very nice. And let me know perhaps where you live. Do they have decorations like this in the shopping centers? And this branding of the trees as well. Let me know what you think of that. Do you like it? Do you not? I think from a business point of view for the shopping center, it's a great way to create a display by just giving the trees to the companies and letting them do the decorating. But on the other hand, the advertising on them might spoil the look. Just let me know what you think. I think I'm on the fence on it, so it's hard to give a true understanding and explanation of it. If you want to follow me on Telegram, the link to my channel is right here. And then if you want to see another video on the channel, something completely different, there'll be one coming up for you right now. You can click that and you can keep traveling with Russell. Okay, everybody, I'm off on another adventure. Bye.